When it comes to January releases, you really have to temper your expectations, as a lot of studios use this time to just dump off movies they don't think are going to perform well just so that they can get something out of it and maybe get a write-off. Because of this, going to the theater and expecting to see the next Scream or Paranormal Activity is a gamble that you're probably going to lose. So when I went to see Wolfman, my expectations were zero, and I came out of the theater thinking, you know what? That was fine. It was a welcome offering from Blumhouse, which had a terrible 2024 slate, kicking off 2025 with a movie that was just okay. It was absolutely fine. It was serviceable and even a little entertaining. You're not going to get anything that's going to knock your socks off, no award-winning performances by any of the cast or crew, no memorable scares or lines, and nothing that's going to potentially kick off a franchise. What you're going to get is a nice, average, under 2-hour film that does what it needs to and doesn't overstay its welcome. The story's pretty basic. A dad and his young boy go hunting in the forests of Oregon when they encounter a mysterious creature. The dad knows what it is, but he doesn't want to scare his son, so he waits until night when his son is in bed and uses a CB radio to talk to his buddy about finding it and going to hunt it so that it can't hurt anybody. Fast forward 30 years, and the boy, Blake, is a grown-up with his own family. He has a close, loving relationship with his daughter, but he's distant from his wife. He gets news that his father has finally been declared dead from going missing in the forest one day, and he's been left his dad's property. He decides it would be good for his family to go there and see the beauty of the property in Oregon and hopefully use that time to reconnect with his wife. Upon arriving, they get into an accident and are attacked by a strange creature. Lucky enough, they're right by the house they need to get to, so they make a break for it, and while being chased by the creature, narrowly escaping only for Blake to notice an injury on his arm. He begins to feel weird, and now the movie begins. The rest of the film is spent watching Blake slowly transform into a creature and lose his humanity. There's a lot of good practical effects here, and we also get to see what Blake sees from his perspective while he's transforming. His wife and daughter begin to look threatening, and he can't understand them anymore. Their voices are warbled, and everything around him looks dark with light blue edging. His hearing, in particular, is increased by like 100%, and throughout the movie, he has to try to hold on to his humanity while changing and protecting his family from the other creature. The twist in the film is predictable and expected. The ending is bittersweet, and the movie doesn't overstay its welcome at an hour and 43 minutes. There's no particular part in the film where you feel the runtime, but you welcome the ending when it comes. Leigh Whannell does a fine job directing, and everybody else also just does a fine job at what they do. It's an average movie that isn't going to be remembered, but it's probably worth a watch just to see some cool practical effects. I wouldn't recommend running out to the theaters to watch this, but it might be worth checking out once it hits streaming.